That's always the first step, is look for a GCF, but we don't have one. So this is our A, B, and C. Make an X. At the top of the X, multiply A times C. So what is 2 times negative 25? Pick up your calculators, multiply 2 times negative 25. And what you get? What's 2 times negative 25? Negative 50. Put that on the top. B is 5. That goes on the bottom. So don't say it out loud, but I want you all to take a minute and try to find the two numbers that would multiply to give you negative 50, but add to a positive 5. And thumbs up when you figure out what the numbers are. I'm not going to call on you. I just want to see who can find the numbers. Because that's the hardest part of factoring, is finding our numbers. So two numbers that multiply to give you negative 50. Add to 5. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have your hand up or your thumb up? Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had a question. 6, 7. All right, so to get 50, we only have 3 choices. We have 1 times 50, 2 times 25, and 5 times 10. So what would be my two numbers? What do you think my numbers would be? 5 and 10. I agree. And which one, though, do you think I'm going to make negative? Because one of those numbers has to be negative. Is it going to be the 5 or the 10? It's going to be the 5, yeah. So whatever the sign is of the bottom number, the bigger number between these two is going to match the sign. So because this is positive, the bigger number, which is 10, is also positive. So let's fill in our box. So we have our 2x squared, our negative 25. And in our other two squares, we have a negative 5x and a positive 10x. So let's go ahead and factor this down. So 2x squared is 2xx. We have a 5x, a 5 times 2 times x, and a 5 times 5. All right, so take a minute and find our greatest common factors. Okay, in our top row, we have an x and an x. So we're going to take that x out. Both of these bottom row, they both have a 5. So we're going to take that out. And because that 5 is next to a plus 10, it's going to be positive. So now let's see what we have left. We have a 2x and a 2x. So that's going to come out here. And we have our 5 and a 5. Now, because that 5 is on top of a box that's negative, that's going to make that 5 negative. So our answer is 2x minus 5 times x plus 5. After spring break, we have a unit that's all factoring. So that's why we're spending a lot of time trying to remember how to factor. So let's go to page 11 in our notes and pick up where we left off yesterday, solving equations. So the first step is to put our log in on both sides. So we're going to put a log in on both sides. And we're on page 11. So that'll be a 9 And then my exponent is 10x minus 3. And that equals the log of 60. So now we're going to take our exponent and move it to the front. So we have 10x minus 3, and then we have log of 9, and that equals the log of 60. And then we divide both sides by the log of 9. And that cancels out the log right here. So pick up your calculator and type this in. Type in log 60 divided by log of 9. So take log 60 divided by log 9. Sorry, I did not mean to leave that on your desk. That's where I said first period. All right, so what did you get when you put that in the calculator? Log 60 divided by log 9. 1.86. Thumbs up if you got 1.86. All right, so now let's add our 3. So that would be 10x equals 4.86. And then lastly, divide both sides by 10 to get your final answer. And that should be your final answer. Any questions about how we work through G? Thumbs up if you feel confident solving these. Sideways if you're halfway there. And if you have no idea, let me know that too so we can figure out where we're at. Okay, well, we all halfway there, so I'll take it. All right, let's look at H. Well, we're not all halfway there, but we're either all good or halfway good. So that's a good place to be for day 2. Let's go ahead and put in our log, both sides. You're going to move your exponent to the front. Then I'll give you a minute to see if you can get to the next step. So what's my next step? What am I dividing both sides by? The log 4. So we're going to pick up our calculator, type in log of 9 divided by log of 4. And you should get about 1.58. Who had that? Something close to 1.58. All right, am I done? Or do I need to do something else? What else do I need to do? Add 3? Who agrees with Juan that we add 3? All right. So our final answer is x equals 4.58. Okay, any questions? So we're going to go to page 12 now. We have one new formula. Now, who remembers when you look at your calculator, what did I tell you the base of that log key is? What's the base of that log? That's a common log. Who remembers the base of a common log? 10. Good. If it's not a base 10, we have to do a change base formula. All right, so let's go ahead and copy down this formula. It's actually very simple. So if the base is anything other than 10, we're going to change the base. And the way we do that is by dividing the log of our big answer by the log of our base. So big number, I should say, not big answer. Because this is in that log, remember that the A is the answer. And what I like to remember, because it can get confusing which number goes in the top, which number goes in the bottom of our fraction. Just remember the base is in the bottom. Or I used to say the base is in the basement. So whatever this little number is here, we're going to put it in the bottom of our fraction. Okay, so let's look at, see how this is a base 5? We don't have a base 5 key in our calculator. Our calculator is a base 10. So we need to change it. So make your fraction, write log, log. Whatever your base is, which in this example is a 5, that's going to go in the bottom. And the answer, which in this case is 12, that goes in the top. So you're simply going to, in your calculator, take the log of 12 divided by the log of 5. And you should get approximately 1.54. All right, let's do our second one. We have log, log. So the little bitty number for number 2, the base, that's a 7. That goes in the bottom. The 7 goes in the bottom. The answer is 18. That goes in the top. Go ahead, type that in the calculator. And you should get something close to about 1.49. I rounded that 8 to a 9. Thumbs up if you got 1.49. All right, go ahead and do number 3. Number 3 should not be a decimal, because you can take 2 and multiply it to a whole number to get to 16. So number 3 should not be a decimal. So when you're typing that in the calculator, we have common log in the top, common log in the bottom. So our base is a 2. And our answer is a 16. And if you type that in the calculator, you should get 4. Who got 4? All right, last one that we'll do together. And then the last 2 you'll do on your own. Do you see that for number 4, that's just a regular common log? This is a common log. So we don't need to use the formula because this has a base of 10. So we don't need to use our formula. We just need to type in log of 15. So no fraction needed because that's just a regular common log. And you should get approximately 1.18. All right, do the last two. I'll put up the answer shortly, and we can compare and see if we get the same answers. All right, who agrees with my 5 and 6? Who got numbers close to that for 5 and 6? Any questions? Okay, use this time now to finish out homework 3. Homework 3, I am giving extra credit today. Today's the only day. You should have everything finished except for that section we skipped, and now you can do that section. You can still turn it in Friday and Monday for full credit, but today is the day for extra credit. Also, remember that the skills check is tomorrow. It is open notes. You can use your notes. You can use your bell work. You can use everything but each other. So make sure you come with your notes and bell work.